Pick and roll, one of the oldest, most simple plays in basketball, has Toronto on the brink of winning their first ever NBA championship. Let's take a look at the film breakdown, why the Warriors can't guard a simple high pick and roll. Make sure you follow on Twitter at ScoutWithBryan, ScoutWithBryan.com. Kawhi Leonard film breakdown coming as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the good in-depth film breakdowns we have coming your way. First and foremost, let's take a look back in Game 3 to see the roots of how this pick and roll play was tearing Golden State apart and why they felt the need to make an adjustment going into Game 4. Golden State was playing typically in this drop coverage, which means the big right here will be back on the pick and roll, but what was happening frequently was situations like this, where Boogie would be attacked, and Gasol, for example, would pop, which created a long closeout for Boogie. He would put the ball down, drive and kick, and they ended up getting in-rhythm shots, an open three for Van Fleet here. On this one, help had to come in from the corner. You see again, when they're playing this drop coverage, what ended up being open often was this pocket pass, and Toronto kept finding it in Game 3, so Livingston had to come in off the corner, which led to the extra pass, leading to a wide-open corner three for Kyle Lowry. Last example from Game 3 right here. You see it once again. Even though Danny Green misses this shot, Golden State was living very dangerously, continually giving up these corner threes with the big back and the guard going over on the pick and roll over and over and over again. Toronto was able to find the pocket right here. Help had to come off the corner. Danny Green ended up with a wide-open three, which he missed yet again. But Ibaka had deep post position, was able to get the putback. So going into Game 4, what adjustment did Golden State make? Well, to start the game, it looked like they made a pretty clever one. I had said on Twitter, and I believe they did the right thing here in just switching pick and rolls. By switching pick and rolls, the guard just has to go under the screen, which leads to a slight size mismatch and a slight mismatch, but it keeps a body on a body. When you switch it, there's no pocket pass right here. By switching and going under, you're at least taking that away. You're taking the pocket pass away. You're taking the extra pass for the corner three away. So now we're switched. We've got a man on a man. And what Golden State ends up doing, Livingston tries to kick Quinn Cook out of the post. He's a little slow, being alert, getting out of there, which forces a long closeout to Green, but he's able to fly and fly again to contest. Livingston just makes the mistake of being on the wrong side of Ibaka and getting boxed out for the putback. Here we see it again, second quarter, they switch again. Quinn Cook does a good job going under the screen, switching onto Ibaka. Cousins does a reasonable job containing Van Fleet. They force Danny Green into a tough contested three. That time, Cook does a much better job boxing out. Now with Bogut, for some reason here, now we're back to the drop coverage. I don't know why. I don't know if it was a specific thing for Bogut, but it did not do well for them. Not well at all. Because you see again, McKinney goes over the screen here. Bogut's so far back, and look at Lowry. Does a great job. They call this kind of an S dribble, keeping your man on your back. Does a phenomenal job falling even at the last second, stretching out as long as he can to find that pocket pass, predominantly with his left hand, to Siakam, who has that outstretched right-hand finish and the foul. Now, here's an example again. Here they do it better. With Draymond, simple. Just switch it. Draymond's guarding Lowry. And then when Draymond gets set on the screen with Gasol, he's able to just fight over the screen and blow it up. Keep a body on a body leads to a steal. Third quarter, they do it correctly again. And it's a one-point game again right now. Look at this. McKinney goes under, switches onto Ibaka. Looney's guarding Lowry. We're fine. We got a man on a man. There's no pocket pass. There's no help having to come in. Looney does a good job moving his feet. Everybody flies around, ends up forcing a 24-second violation. Now the lead expanded a bit to 7 as Golden State went cold. This play to me was the most inexcusable of the game. I don't know what they're doing here. But Draymond's in this pick and roll, consistent with the game plan earlier in the game. All he needs to do is tell Quinn Cook, get under and switch. Go under right now so you're switched onto Ibaka and Draymond can guard Van Fleet. Instead, it appears he doesn't make that call until right about now, which is way too late to tell Quinn Cook to switch. And Toronto does a great job. Their transformation of Ibaka this year, he used to just be a pick and pop stretch four who would just stay outside of the three-point line. This year they made him into a rolling five-man. So they do a great job here. Kawhi Leonard is going to go short on this pick and roll. So that means he's going to go as the ball goes from right to left. Kawhi's going to go from the right block to the left block. And what that means is Klay Thompson has to guard him underneath. He has to go with him. So yet again, this pocket pass is open when Ibaka decides to roll. And once again, since Ibaka rolls, if Quinn Cook is going to switch and go over, he's on the wrong side of him right now. So by switching, there's no chance he can do anything about this. Help has to come in from Steph, which he doesn't do, leading to Ibaka getting a wide open finish at the rim. You see it again here. This one was played a little bit better. But you see the short action again. Kawhi going right block to left block. And what that creates is now Klay Thompson's the one in this spot who's thinking maybe he can help on the pick and roll a little bit. Maybe he has to come in and get Ibaka. What ends up happening is Golden State just stays with their own. They don't have to switch as they don't really set the screen here. But since Klay is so worried about Ibaka on his roll, Kawhi is able to get to his short spot just enough to rise up for the short little mid-range jumper over a contest. What makes Kawhi so phenomenally good. Fourth quarter now, 10-point game. Golden State ends up having to switch that action, so Steph's guarding Siakam. Now we're going to set this random pick and roll with Ibaka again. What do we have yet again? That pocket pass. Why? Because once again, Golden State doesn't switch it. They end up pretty much just having two on the ball. And look at Kyle Lowry. He picked the defense apart all night. Such a great job using his eyes, faking the pass high. Look how all four hands are high up in the air. It's going to get everybody to rise up. And then when they rise up, you go down. Pocket pass right on the bounce. Hit Ibaka on the move. Steph has to foul him for the three-point play. You see again here. Yet again. They're not switching since they're not going under. So Looney basically is just being up and aggressive on the pick and roll. Lowry does a great job just reading this. Going by Looney, attacking his feet, forcing help to come in. Off of Kawhi, Iguodala feels he has to come in to stop the layup. Lowry does a phenomenal job finding the corner, finding Kawhi for a massive three. Now we have Kawhi handling in the pick and roll with Ibaka. With Kawhi, they were in more of a trap. They wanted to get the ball out of his hands. Well, you know what? That didn't end up working too much better either. Here he hits Ibaka in the pocket, and now we got a 4-on-3 yet again. Ibaka's going to do a great job finding Lowry, and then Lowry, look at this gamesmanship. Look at this veteran brilliance again. He's going to fake this pass to Siakam underneath. You see with his eyes and the ball, fake that pass, get the defense to jump that way for a second, and then he's going to give it right back to Ibaka. Fake, right back to Ibaka, lead him to the rim. Easy dunk, brilliant play. Here we see Lowry yet again. And Golden State, this time, wow, they finally figured it out. Just switch, go under, man on a man, now we're fine. We can deal with Looney guarding Lowry. Looney's going to switch on a Kawhi. This was the best defense they played on pick and rolls. Tough, contested, step back three, great defense. Why they didn't do that almost every time is beyond me. And even again, they didn't do it here. 10-point game, 4:30 left, trying to keep it within shouting distance. Once again, Iguodala gets stuck going over as Siakam kind of just bumps and rolls, gets out of there right away. Look at Lowry. That left-hand wraparound pass to find the pocket. Just crushing them with these Steve Nash pocket pass reads. The help again. Danny Green, Kawhi, one of these guys on the weak side really has to come in and tag the roller if you're going to play the pick and roll like this. Nobody comes in and tags. Once again, simple solution. Go under and switch. By being up like that, Lowry's able to reach around, lead Siakam with the pocket pass, layup after layup down the stretch. Thanks for watching the breakdown. Why the Warriors couldn't guard a simple high pick and roll. Make sure, please, leave a comment, hit that thumb up button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow on Twitter at ScoutWithBryan. Kawhi Leonard breakdown coming real soon.